Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Walla Zabareska for episode number 27. We've moved into March 1st, year 5, and we have some sowing to do. And we've snow, of course, why not? It's to rain later. Typical spring weather. Okay, what have we got to do? We got 3 fields I think to sow today. We got, believe it or not, we got poppies going in for the first time. Then we got sugar beet. And the last one is lavender. And then there's more next month, and then one in a couple of millet fields in May. So, we might as well start off with the poppy field. It's going into 38, which is this field here. Terrible, you can't see the field. Now, poppies are our big planter, if I remember rightly. Close that door. Oh yeah, we get to use our new planter. Hey, let's just go and get the fences around here. So, yeah, everything is going pretty. No, the fence is not around. Ah, lazy me. Look where I left the fence. Left it down here because I picked up the fertilizer and seed from filling the planter the last time. And the reason I left it here was to see is anything coming up in the market to save me driving down again. I just said, okay, let's leave that there so that I don't end up buying something and leaving it sitting at the market for the whole episode. No, nothing there. Yeah, just been thinking between episodes. We have our pig farm with no pigs in it. We have to get our food in motion. And independently, we're going to purchase fields near the pig farm now that we have all our other fields in order. And we need the contents we need to use the mixer to produce the pig food is we need sugar beet, which we have a field going in. We need corn. We need barley, we have a field in. And we need... there's one other ingredient. What's the other ingredient? I can't remember for the life of me. Let's jump over and just check that out. Go to the map. Where's our pig feed? Jump over. And let's see. I know there's 3 different recipes, which is why I can't remember. Canola. That's what it is. And I did say we're going to look at buying the fields here, next to us. And lo and behold, one of them has canola in it. So I was talking about buying these to sustain the feed in the pig farm. Now, as we've moved on from the original fields we were buying, I may consider actually buying the field with the crop in it. I'm buying these other fields here to put. We need corn, so maybe buying this for corn. How much is it anyway? 42. And that one is 25. I think you know what I'm thinking. That pause. We're going to buy it. We're going to buy that. So when does corn go in? We have our canola. We need to get our precision farming data off that. When does corn go in? Next month. So that's another crop we need to get in the ground next month. And lo and behold, our money's gone back down again. But it's gone down in aid of progress. I'd like to get the pigs running by the time the harvest is in and the feed is there. I'd like to get the pigs started on that farm. Now I know that's after eating into our money we're saving up for our harvester, but I'm still confident we can get there to buy the cotton harvester. It won't be the end of the world if we don't. It'll be it'll kind of, there's no set timeline or game plan time wise for what we're doing, but it would be nice to get that and the lavender done, because this big field up here on the left with the snow in it, that's going to be lavender, and it's going to be a fairly substantial field, so it'd be nice to have the harvester to do both of them. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm not panicking about it, I'm not worrying about it. It is what it is. When it happens, it happens. Now I'm going to do, I'm just going to park this and leave this seed on the trailer and the fertilizer because we are going to need it. We're probably going to need to reload the seeder. I'm almost certain this one does poppies. Find out now in a minute. First time to use it. We've no fertilizer in it. Okay, that's why I went and bought fertilizer. Ah, that must be a bag of seed. Isn't that fertilizer? Seeds. Okay. I can't even remember what I bought. We're probably going to have to run down and get some fertilizer. So, poppies to go in here. Let's change that. Hopefully it's this one. If not, I'll be loading up the planter. Poppies, there we go. And we have our poppies going in. We get rid of the snow. Of course, the fields will need to be rolled afterwards. And this was ploughed, so we won't have the issue with steering assist. We won't have the issue with needing to roll it, weeds coming up. I sorted out the lines on this field the way I was only getting one headland. What was actually happening, I'll show you on the map, was in this corner here, it was going back in here a little bit down this end, and that was throwing the whole lot out. So I just painted grass in the corner. I wanted to see could I undo that problem we were having where a lot of things only have one headland. We couldn't put out more than one headland in it, and that sorted the problem. But there you go, here with me, we're sowing poppies for the first time on the farm. So another new crop. This will go into the oil mill. I'm going to turn here and I will get that corner again because the fence I put in to stop me driving in the crop will not let me get close enough to it, but I'll get it coming the other way when I do the rest of the headlands. Yeah, so we'll get the poppies in here. We'll get the sugar beet into 43, which is the other side of the farm. And then 112 is the lavender, and that is the other side of the farm as well. So, nice variety going in. That's why I kind of ran the crop rotation to give me variety and not to give me my own choice, if you know what I mean. It's dictating what goes into what field and just adds a little bit more to the work that needs to be done, a little bit more to I won't say to the challenge, just to trying out crops that maybe you bypass and say, I'm not going to bother doing that, or I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that. So sugar beet, of course, will go into the feed mixer for the pig feed. And yeah, the lavender, as I said, we'll store that until we can buy the lavender processing plant. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Anyway, that's the outline for this episode. Is going to be all about Sown. We will move into March, or into April, sorry, we're in March. We'll move into April, and we may well get May as well in, because it's purely going to be sown the fields. There will be the contract work to be done as well. Haven't at this stage used an AI worker yet. I am considering the possibility of, as I said, once we got really busy on the farm, it was always going to be a possibility of using an AI worker. Why will that line not stay on? Stay on. There we go. We're on now. Yeah, but I will try do it myself. Contracts, just while we're talking about them, hasn't come up yet. There is a few. Stone picking, field number 20. We leave it for now. We're not going to even pick them in the first day. We know we've been stung with that in the past. We pick stuff and then something either easier or better comes up and we're kind of going, why didn't we wait? So we'll wait. Yeah, it's a good job I upped the power on this tractor. I know I kind of broke my guidelines of 200 horsepower, but we're 230. The tractor will go to 260. We don't need it. It'll work on the 230. It'll pull the seeder, which is going to be the biggest power requirement we have, at 210. So I just knew if I left it at 200, we really would be struggling. So for now, I'll get on and get this done, and it looks like I probably will need to go and get some more fertiliser. Really happy that headland is sorted out, because it really was giving me one headland for nearly everything. That's another problem solved. Planting season, sowing season, I like this time of the year. Can really notice the difference in the upgrade to the seeder, getting through this much quicker. It is twice the width of what we had, of course, so it does make a difference. I think we're going to be okay for fertiliser on this one, but I will have to go and get some. You know, I keep thinking I have a small truck or a van or something to go and get seed and stuff, but I don't actually on this map. I have on the other two series I'm doing, on both of them, I have vans. Just handy for a pickup now. What I'll do is I'll probably throw the small trailer on the back of the New Holland and go up and get some more fertiliser. I can't believe the difference this seeder makes. We're going to fly through this spring sowing because of it. And then our planter is 6 metre as well. Here we go, back on track. So it's just making things that little bit smoother, thankfully, because our fields are getting bigger. So the expansion continues. As I said, now we're going to just buy whatever fields we want. Now we've done our 2 lots of fields, the first set, the Flax fields for the triple threat challenge, and then my own additional challenge, the millet fields. So we have 10 plus the 2 we bought. We've 12 fields in total now. And I know we're probably going to need more fields for the feed, but we'll cross that bridge down the road. We're going to have intermittently on the crop rotation we already have for the fields. We're going to have opportunities to sow the crops we need. There you go. That's that done. That just was so painless. I'm not saying it was painless anyway, or painful doing it before, but it just seemed to go so quickly because of the extra width we have in the seeder. Okay, well, I'm going to load up seed in this, and then I'm going to go and grab the New Holland and go down and buy some more. Of course, it always takes it off the pallet. Is that it? That's full. Yeah. Okay, we'll knock that off. Yeah, stuck between the trailer. And we're going to go and get some more fertiliser. Onto the planter now for the sugar beets and then the lavender, and that's us completely done in March for sowing anyway, apart from just doing the rolling on the field. Anything changing the contracts yet? Yeah, there's a few more there. Okay, worthwhile waiting. Hoeing contract, that's a nice one. Still going to wait until we go into the next day. So yeah, this is the field we sowed with barley, and I wasn't looking at my crop calendar properly. The sugar beet to go into it, so we corrected that, and likewise with field 160 where I'd sowed barley, but there's soybeans to go into that, so that's me not paying attention to field numbers. Anyway, lavender is next after this. and I did collect 4 bags of fertilizer. So I filled both the planter, this one, and the seeder completely. Knew I was going to clip this right. I filled them completely. So we're good to go for the next round of sowing when we move forward into next month. So busy times. I need to keep in my memory now that field we just bought. The canola is there. I'll have to see if it doesn't need fertilisation or anything. Or what I'll do is once I get these in the ground, I'll put the Zero Compact on, or soil sampler on, and go down and get the soil samples done on both of them fields and see what condition they're in and what we need to do if we need to plough the second one. The first one has a crop in it, but I don't know whether the second one needs ploughing or not. But for now, I'll just continue on and just get this sugar beet in the ground. This is going to go to our pig food. It's not going to be sold. Rain came early, but we're okay. Lavender going in. It shouldn't take too long. This is the last of the fields we need to sow this month anyway, so it's just rolling after this. I might even leave that until after the rain disappears and take a look at the contracts when this is done. Although, having said that now, it's going to take me a little bit of time just to get through this field. It's a big field, and that's why I'm hoping we'll have the harvester to harvest it when it comes around to it, because this is probably our biggest field that we actually have, and it'd be a shame to just lose the crop, but it's a risk we're going to take that we'll get the money together, 450,000 to actually buy the harvester. At least we'll have grain in the grain mill, oil in the oil mill. If we have to sell it at a lower price to make it, we'll do it. I can see the seeds are going in fairly hefty on this. You can see it going down. I'll probably need to refill the seeder, I don't know. We'll see. Just happy to be doing a different crop again, something else. Give it a whirl, see how it goes, and see is it worthwhile doing it again. We're going to do it again. If we're going to have to buy the harvester and we're going to have it on the farm, we might as well do cotton and lavender moving forward, since we're going to get the production for the lavender anyway, the lavender dryer. We already have this spinnery which will do us for using the cotton, so we don't need to buy out there. This has to be the biggest field we have. Has to be. For now. Let's throw that caveat in there. For now, this is the biggest field we have. Onwards and upwards, we're going to expand even more. Getting messy with the rain. Yeah, I had to go and fill the seeder with lavender again. It certainly does use up the seed. Now I know the capacity on the seeder is not that big. I don't think that can be upped on this. I think that's it. You have what you have and that's it. It's not editable in the mechanic shop. Let's put it that way. I presume you could edit it if you wanted to go in and do XML editing, but I'm happy enough just to work away what we got. Considering I filled it, we're down to 28% now. So it does. It used quite a bit of seed for the lavender all the time. And that should be us done. Yeah. Lift it up. And we give it a wash this time. We didn't wash it the last time. We're going to need it again, so we might as well fill it with seed on the way past. Just left them on the trailer and just using what we need of both of them. There's no point in putting them away in the shed since we're in the sowing season anyway. I'm going to go and wash this, and then we're going to, not going to roll straight away. I'm going to go and have a look and see what contracts there is for me to do and get stuck in and do a couple of contracts. Oh, washing the microphone. Do a couple of contracts before we move on to something else. Just doing the soil sampling here before I plough the field. Able to capture the 2 fields in the one go. Now, there's nothing sown in that other field. How much is that field? Field number 18 is... You know what? I'm going to buy that too. I'm going to buy them anyway down here. I'm going to buy this band of fields here to do the feed for the pigs. We have our canola there that we inherited. I should have went a little bit further up. It doesn't matter. I'll get it on the next one anyway. I'll get the whole lot. I was going to have to do 2 anyway. Yeah. Wrong one. Lift. Hold. Send. Needs ploughing. That's why I kind of thought to myself coming down, you know what, let's bring the plough. But we bought this field as well. Gluttons for punishment. Gluttons for punishment. In the ploughed state, but still needs ploughing. Hold on. So I might regret that, spending that money, but you know, soil samples are back. It's expansion. If we lose the cotton and the lavender, so be it, but I'm determined to actually get the money together one way or the other first. Oh yeah, and our greenhouses are back on. I remember to turn them on first day of March, so they're up and running again. So we have a little bit of income from them as well, but I'm just looking at I done the numbers on the goats, and they're bringing in quite a lot with the goat milk, but you know what, there's still quite a few that aren't producing milk yet, so they're bringing in 30 grand a month minimum as it is, so they're going to be bringing in probably another 5,000 on top of that again, so that's a real stabilising fact regards to bank balance. Yeah. So 2 fields to plough down here. I'll have to go in and take a look and see. Doesn't look like there's any weed in the canola. It probably needs fertiliser. We can deal with that. I'm sure it's not... we have narrows anyway, so it's not a problem. We have narrows for the New Holland, so we can stick on the narrow tires and go and do that anyway if we need to. But what am I going to put in these 2 fields? More than likely corn in both of them, which will go directly into the pig food. The only one we're going to be short of in the pig food is going to be the canola. I think the barley field we have is a decent size as well. It should be okay. It's the only one we have. And that's why I kind of wanted to put barley in one of these fields down here too. So I'm eyeing up the grass field on either end as well as an option for a barley field for pig feed. Yeah. Off we go. Right, I'll get these ploughed out. Why am I getting no stones? There again, that's probably what happened with the last one. It was ploughed and showing no stones. I didn't plough it. It didn't say it needed ploughing. That's what I was saying about the field we bought. The last one, what was it? The 109. Why it didn't have any stones. This is the same. I'm ploughing it now, there's no stones coming up. So the other one up there is probably going to be the same. But it is telling me it needs ploughing, which is why I'm going to do it anyway. Because then we don't have to deal with the weeds for the first year anyway. And it's a small enough field too to actually do the ploughing in. As you can see, I'm quite a bit of the way through it in the time I've been talking to you. So this will be the first clump of fields we'll have together. And I did say that anyway, that I was going to look at getting fields together near the pig food production, which is just on the farm there. Once we have pig food, we'll then they take 70 in each pen, we'll put 35 in each and let them reproduce, and then hopefully by the time they reproduce we'll have the other pig farm built and we can take the 35 out of each of them and bring them up and put them in the pens up on the other farm. That's kind of what I have in mind for populating the other farm, not buying another batch but moving our own offspring up to the new pig farm when we get to build that, which is up the other end of the map, which isn't that far away really. Okay, I'll crack on and get this wiped out. Just getting the fields rolled. I have the two of the 3 contracts done, the bale wrapping and the hoeing. Might as well collect them. Just stone picking left and waiting for the rain to stop. I'll go and do that. It's a bit messy doing it in the rain. It's messy doing this in the rain. Tractor's filthy. I was just getting this. I have the first one done. The field just behind us. And then there's the poppy field to be done, and that's it. Stone picking, and then we'll be moving on, just looking after the animals, that's all. We'll be moving on to April, where in April we have 2 flax fields to sow and soybeans. So we've 3 fields in April, and of course we got our 2 new fields, our corn fields, but they need to be limed. They're ploughed, need to be limed, and then we'll get the sowing done. The fertiliser will go in while we're sowing, which is a great plus. And then they'll need to be rolled. I thought about putting a worker on this, but there's nothing else I can do. If it wasn't raining, I know I could put the clock forward, but the rain is due to stop in a bit. Anyway, that's the game plan, and we're making our way through this month. Moving swiftly on to April, and we have 3 fields to get done. 2 flax fields, and what's the other one? The other one is... Sorry, we have 3 fields to get done. No, 2 fields. 2 flax fields and a green bean field. So the green bean will have to be done with the other planter, and this can do the flax. Already has set up. 88 and 133. Of course, one's one way and one's the other way. Let's go to 133 first. Fairly straightforward, up and downs. It's completely straight. That looks weird. That's the lavender. It just looks weird. We're just going to work our way through them and complete the contracts. Sold the goat milk, so back up to 70,000. Goat milk is flowing. The only thing I am thinking now is, with regards to goats, is feed, because we're going through quite a bit with them. Well, there's 500. Why would you expect it's not going to be that easy as it was the last time? There's no problem feeding it into them. You can stack it at the intake, but it's just with what I have left in the shed, where I made hay bales and sold some of them, but there should be enough there. The grass is ready next month anyway, so we'll get it baled up again for grass for them. So it should be just coming up now, the next break in the road, the end of this field, and we should be doing, these are our last 2 flax fields, so the last 2 for the challenge, triple threat challenge. Once they're actually harvested, that's that part of the challenge done. Yeah, let's get this unfolded. Get some lines on. Yeah, there's only 5 up and downs in total, so it's going to be easy enough. And we're off. getting flax in the field. It'll need to be rolled, that's all. This little fertilisation, that's why I'm really happy to have this seeder now, because it does all in one. Saves us a lot of time. And yeah, we'll get this done, we'll get the other one done, and then we get the planter on and get down to 103, which is the one down the bottom of the map. And then in April, or in May, we have the millet fields. There's two of them. Yeah, 177 and 109. Oh, we've soybeans to do this month as well. Yeah, that's from 160. Okay, just to remember that. So I don't move forward and then go, where are my soybeans? Although you'd have the 2-month window anyway. Okay, I'll get on with this and get it done. Last field being sown for April, and change of plan with the crop for this field. There was to be green beans. There's only one harvester to do the green beans, and that is almost 500,000. So we're already trying to get 500,000 for the cotton harvester. So I've overruled on this, and I'm putting in normal beans, which can be done with a combine, to try them out. They're a crop I haven't done before, so I don't know whether I actually harvested them in as a contract in this series. I don't think so. I think I'd done them when I was playing Walla before this challenge. But yeah, I went through having a quick look, and like, I don't think there is anything else that does green beans. I'm the green bean harvester. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, that's just vegetable planters. Why am I looking in vegetable planters? Vegetable harvesters. The lizard one does. Which, if we were to buy that, that's 33, and then we're to buy the harvester. Where do you find the lizard harvesters? They're the easiest ways to go in here. Or the Colossus. Tell you what, let's see. Where do they hide? Where do they reside in here? It's up here, isn't it? There it is, yeah. Yeah, so that would be more or less the same. Like, eventually we could own something like that and we'd be able to do everything with just the one, but not while the challenge is ongoing. So our goal is to get the 480, so we can get the cotton harvester that's modded for the map that does the lavender. So there's no way we could get a green bean harvester, so I didn't want to put in one of the other crops I'm putting in. I wanted to pick something different, and I just noticed, I was flicking through them, having a look on the planter, and beans came up, and I thought, okay, haven't done them, let's do them. So that's a change of crop rotation plan on this field only. This is probably one of our smaller fields anyway, so from that point of view, I'm not too worried about it. I could have stuck soybeans in here as well and have two fields with them or whatever, but just decided, right, let's throw something into the works that's not your norm and run with that. So there we go. Just to let you know, slight change. Just a quick update. I was on my way back from sowing the beans, and I realised I was passing by the two fields here, and I realised, I need to get the corn in these fields this month, so that's what I'm doing. Got the lime down. I had to then bring down them, because I dropped the planter off, went up and got the spreader, but then I had to bring down stuff on the trailer so I could refill a planter, because there wasn't enough in it. Now we should be okay. While I'm working away down here, I keep looking over at that grass field thinking I should buy it too. It's 40,000. I still have money left. 3 contracts, bale wrapping, decent enough. One of the 113 is the big field beside us. That's a decent hoeing contract. I forgot to take the equipment with, so then I took another one with the equipment. So the second one with the equipment is only worth $2,500. There was one there that's worth 6 I could have taken as well, but I just didn't scroll through them and look at them at all. I just clicked on the next one and said, right, It's got a JCB tractor, that'll do me. So I don't even know what the other one was. So we have our 3 contracts. They're worth about, I think, less than 15 grand between them. I could have got more. There's a Wigan contract there for 9 on its own and that, but be happy enough just to get through them because they're quick enough to do. Because we've so much going on this month. Anyway, I'll just get these done, then I need to roll the fields before I move forward into the next month. Just rolling the last field here. This is the one we put the beans in. I didn't realise you don't need to roll soybeans. I don't sow them that often. Went over to the field and was kind of looking at wasn't making any difference when I rolled into it, and then I got out and it didn't come up, and I said, did I plant that this month? And I went, yeah, I did. Planted it this month. So yeah, first time I employed workers to do the contracts for me. Well, the ones they could do. We got just over 16,000. I'd done the wrapping, of course. I couldn't get them to do that, so that's done. It's out of the way. Just wanted to get them off the books, out of the way, get the rolling done. We're nearly done now. We're nearly finished. Pretty productive day. The fields are small. We're getting through them pretty quick, to be honest with you. Like, everything we do is not taking a great amount of time. You think it is going to take longer than you think, and then you realise you're doing 4 runs up and down the fields, and that's it. I have to go back and get the bit I missed when I didn't drop the roller when I turned on the far side. There, you can see it on the edge. I was halfway down the field doing 30 kilometres an hour, going, why am I doing 30 kilometres an hour? Because you didn't drop the roller behind you. Anyway, yeah. We're going to call it there. I was going to try and do the next lot of sowing. We've 2 flax or 2 millet fields, and then we've our bales to do, and I was going to try fit them in as well, but it'll just make the recording far too long, trying to do everything in the one, like that'd be 3 months in the one episode. So I'm happy enough now we got 2 full months in the one episode. I'm happy enough to run with that. Very busy month. We got very busy episode over the 2 months. We got all our spring crops in, bar the 2 millet fields, which can't be done until May. I'm still looking at that grass field. It's just over beyond them houses beside the 2 cornfields. And you know, I'm just going to pause in for a second. Let's have a look. Crop calendar when it comes up. Right, there was no corn in that field. I put corn in here, and then all of a sudden there's corn in that field. I'm looking at the fields around us. We put beans in here, and all the fields here have beans in them. And so did these ones up here, from the looks of it. I didn't realise, although that was, there's no beans in that. We actually done a contract on that last month. Did we? No, it must have been Sown again. Yeah, we did do a contract on it. So we done our contract on this one for the hoeing. Now, I did put a worker on it because it takes forever. And apparently it doesn't, because they got through quick enough. All the fields are sown. There's 1 or 2 not. There's our 43. Why is that not shown? You know what? I didn't do it yet. That's why. No, I have to go back and do my sugar beet. Okay. That's why I felt this episode is getting very long, because there was so much to do in it. So we've done poppies, sugar beet we have to do. Sugar beet should have been done last month. Doesn't matter, it can still go in. It just means to be a month later. Flax, green beans, which we swapped for beans. Lavender. Flax again. And we've cotton went in February. And soybeans went in. See, with all these small fields and all of it, I'm losing track. I nearly missed out on that. It's a good job I looked at the calendar, or the map, and noticed that was missing. So I'm going to have to do that now. Yeah, I paid the workers this time. So we took the hit on that. There's so much to do. It was just going on and just trying to get through everything. I honestly couldn't face doing the big fields with the house. And once I'd done the one, I decided to put them on the smaller one, which was quick enough to get through because I had to do the bed wrapping manually. It can't be done by a worker. So that's it. Episode 27 in the bag from Wallace Zabareska. Was not expecting to buy 3 new fields in this episode, honestly. I did just make a passing comment on getting them for doing our feed for our pigs, but wasn't thinking about, but just with the income we had and the way things are, we don't need the cotton harvester for another 4 months. I think it is, maybe even 5 months, maybe more. I think it's at the end of the year. So I kind of thinking, right, if we're done now, we have all that time to build up the money over the summer months, and the contracts can be pretty handy income wise to give us a boost as well. And then we're going to have, of course, some of our products to sell and things like that. So I just thought, you know what, probably best. The only worry I have at the moment is, do I have enough feed for the goats? Because they're getting bigger, of course they're eating. And lifted it again. Do it every time. I let the trigger go. I'm using the controller. I let the trigger go too quick, and then it lifts it. It's a habit. I can't crack it. Been doing it for months. Yeah, nothing else to update you on? No. That's it. April. I'm just going to move through, look after the animals. We've no more work to do once I get them sugar beets in. That's going to be it. That field won't take long, so I'm just going to jump over to that now when I finish here. Get that done and wrap up April. And I will see you in May, where we'll have grass work to do and our 2 millet fields. And will I buy that grass field over there? Keeps tempting me. Can see it from here. You'll have to come back and see. So until next time, it's goodbye from me. Until then. Bye bye.